Ang hindi marunong lumingon sa pinanggalingan, hindi makararating sa paroroonan. Municipal officials headed by our Mayor Diego Cachotti, Vice Mayor Jim Estan, and the members of the Sangguniang Bayan, barangay captains present here, distinguished guests, department heads, workers of the Philippine government, fellow educators, visitors, and the people of Plaridel, good morning. It is always an honor on my part to talk about the person who have not exceeded by any other Filipino in terms of wisdom, patriotism, and valor. Not even the late Ferdinand Marcos, not even our President Duterte can equalize Rizal's love for our country. 120 years ago, on this very day, we commemorate a man who fought with bravery, not for self-gratitude, but for the interests of the nation. But how much do we know Rizal? Nakailan na ba ganda kang Rizal? Perhaps most of us in general know him because he died for our country. I don't know if we know the details of his death or the reason for his death. In general, we know that he died for our country. But do we know and understand Rizal fully? In our daily, in our daily conversations, especially here in Plaridel, during my childhood, I remember Rizal. We talk about Rizal oftentimes outside our homes. We talk about Rizal in school, and we often also drop jokes with regard to Rizal. I remember also one time in school, and my classmates often ask us, yung sa pagpatay si Rizal, and we have these answers, giputol ang ulo, giputang sa piso. Others would say, giputol ang dire, giputang sa posporo. And those are the things that we often do conversations when we talk about Rizal. And it was even also a joke in Facebook. Kung asa ko nung nag-elementary si Rizal, tubag ko itong isa, dito sa Barangay Unidos. Ako nakaadto mo dito sa Aquino Elementary School sa Unidos, makaingon din mo nga, dito gitingali na nag-elementary si Rizal. Katong wala pa kita, natalawa dito, basin mo kaingon mo nga, dito siya nag-elementary. Okay? And we often also ask the questions, I remember Mr. Marcelo Cañares asking the question, during election campaigns, asking the question, why Rizal is facing the municipal hall and not on the people? Those things are the questions that we ourselves here in our community try to ask and try to ponder. Yet those questions are very general. It does not penetrate to the very essence of our national hero. And now, as the one being asked as the keynote speaker for this morning, I intend to tackle two main philosophies of Rizal. And I try my best to summarize and to synthesize this. And these two philosophies that I will try to point out is his nationalism, and second is his philosophy of education. What is Rizal's nationalism? Or how do we understand nationalism? From the word itself, nation. Rizal's nationalism can be synthesized through the last few words of our national anthem. Ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo. His deep love for our country led him to use his intelligence, expressed through the aid of his pen, to liberate his fellow Filipinos from Spanish colonization. Though he is aware that his metaphorical assaults in the La Liga Filipina might cause him into trouble, Rizal, without any hesitation, continued his pursuit and advocacy of what is good for our nation. Now indeed, Rizal fought with valor, fought with bravery, because of the love of our nation, the love for our country. And he is willing to die. Ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo. Now, my dear friends present here, how many of us here is willing to die for the sake of our motherland? It's not that easy to die. No? Lisod man numinta nga, mamatay. Lisod. I think the more practical question there is, are we willing to sacrifice? As being mentioned earlier by Pastor Magsayo. Are we willing to sacrifice something for our country? Are we willing to contribute something for our country? And so we have to remember that as Filipinos, especially the people in public service, that your duty is for the interest of our nation. Just as Rizal exemplified himself 120 years ago. The second point that I want to talk about is his philosophy of education. Now we have here perhaps almost half of the people present here are from the Department of Education. One of Rizal's attributes that I really admire most is his versatile and suspicious way of thinking. Indeed, Rizal's academic performance in arts, medicine, languages, and philosophy is a manifestation of great wisdom that each of us should be proud of and ought to aspire also. Unlike Lapu-Lapu, Bonifacio, and Aguinaldo, Rizal fought for Philippine emancipation by not using any sword nor any form of violence, but through his ballpen or through his pen. This would entail that knowledge and to seek for education can bring change and progress to our nation. Being a teacher, I started teaching way back 2012. I never dreamed to become a teacher, an instructor. But it's not an easy one. It's the most humble job in this world. As Rizal would say, on this battlefield, man has no better weapon than his intelligence. No other force but his heart. That is why the challenge for us, to my fellow educators present here, ma'am and sir, our duty is to liberate the young minds of the Filipino people from ignorance and mediocrity. And we must never forget Rizal's powerful words that states, the youth is the hope of our motherland. As we reflect and commemorate Rizal's valor and heroism 120 years gone by, let us also ask ourselves, are we one with him in his struggle for emancipation and independence? Are we willing to sacrifice for our motherland? Are we really one with Rizal's advocacy? In this age of modernization, it is unfortunate to say that we Filipinos have lost our identity. I I can say we have lost the true Filipino present because of modernization, because of this secular world. Gani, nabiyaan na tong nawala na tong mga values, Filipino values. Hinahinay na og kawala. It's because of technology and other influences, especially the influence of the Western world. Nonetheless, Rizal's struggle that he faced 120 years ago is with the same struggle that we are facing now. Rizal fought for independence, for a genuine Filipino identity, whereas now, at present, we are slowly get to detach the true Filipino identity, the Filipino values and practices. Buot pasabot, ang pakigbisog ni Rizal, 120 katuig ang hilabay, ang iyang problema nga giatubang, problema gihapon nato hangtod karon. Busa unsa man ang hagit nato aning tanan. So today, with our commemoration theme, Rizal, Bayaning Global, Idol ni Juan, let us make our aspirations anchored on the philosophy of Rizal. Sa atong trabaho, we must remember that we have a hero, Dr. Jose Rizal, who fought with bravery. We must be proud of having an extraordinary national hero. We must be proud of ourselves as Filipinos, so that wherever we go, whoever we met, we are fully convinced that we are Filipinos. Taas noo, kahit kanino. And in every time we see a monument of Rizal, let us remember that as Filipinos, we have a duty. As Filipinos, our duty is to strive hard to become true Filipinos. Therefore, we should be proud to say, sisikapin kong maging isang tunay na Pilipino sa isip, sa salita, at sa gawa. Thank you so much and good morning.